All right. Did I hit record? Let me see. Okay, I did. Okay, hello everyone. So today I'm going to be talking about digitals, what they are, how to use them, how to take your own, etc. And I was planning on doing the training this week on how to work with brands and some information on that. But I decided to swap next week's and this week's because I just need a little bit more time to prepare that. So um, let's talk about digitals. So what are digitals? And I apologize in advance that I didn't finish this sentence or it didn't save or something. I don't know. So I'll just talk. So digitals are a term that we use in the modeling world, and they're basically plain images to show what you look like with no editing, no, extravagant wardrobe, no extravagant makeup, etc. So just what you look like in real life, plain, not like a portfolio image from a photo shoot, if that makes sense. So they show up your look and show up your body figure and body type. They're used to show collaborators and brands, future agencies, etc., what you look like so that they know what they're working with. And it's really because of that, it's important to keep your digitals updated with your current look. You always want to put them with your portfolio, but you also could use these in casting. Castings like when COVID is over, obviously. And if you ever go to a casting, you'll need to bring a comp card, which is some of your digitals and your measurements, and we call them stats. So your stats, so your measurements, your height, your weight, or not your weight, your height, your measurements, and your shoe size, your eye color, your hair color, things like that. So it's basically just who you are without the fluff, if that makes sense. So here are some example, what's it called? Digital. Sorry, I'm having like horrible brain fog today. I'm just gonna minimize my screen really fast so you guys can see these. But these are examples of digitals. Okay, so as you can see, some like this one on the left here looks like it's done with a professional camera. This one looks like cell phone pictures. This one's cell phone pictures. You can have professional images, but no editing. And that goes along with cell phone pictures as well, no editing. So it's basically just what you look like, and you can show off your unique style in these and still be without the fluff. Such as this one here is a really good example of how she's kind of edgy and more alternative, and she brings that in while still looking really plain. Okay, so these are the typical angles. And I'm gonna make my thing bigger. So these are the typical angles, okay? So we have face on, full body. Then you can do a left or right or both, profile, full body. This is over here. So profile means facing to one side. Then we want to do a full body 3/4. So you're kind of diagonal from the camera, not fully facing. And a lot of people will look with their head at the camera. She's not in this picture, but most people do. And then a face on close up, so more like a headshot. And then a profile, so facing to the side with your hair up and down. But if you're going to pick one, do your hair up for this profile close up. This one is more pertains to men, but women can also include this when you take photos, so you get all of them. Is from the back, and it's preferred to be full body, but I just couldn't find an example while I was looking for stuff. So it's preferred to be full body. And then the last one is a 3/4 close up. So facing, this way and kind of looking like that. Okay. So those are the typical angles you want to do, and you can experiment with that. But this is the most common that you see. Next up, let's talk about appropriate outfits for your digitals. So this is for female models, and then I'll show you the male models on the next slide. So you're going to want a simple, tight-fitting clothing. Dark or black is preferred with no patterns. You can wear blue jeans, but you want to have simple heels, little to no jewelry, little to no makeup, and no editing. Okay. So you can see they're wearing, she's wearing a tank with skinny jeans, heels. She's wearing a crop tank with skinny jeans and heels. You can do a bikini if you are over the age of 18. And it is preferred if you are over the age of 18 to do a set of digitals in, not a bikini, normal clothes like this, and then a whole set in a bikini as well. And then I just put these examples here for makeup. As you can see, they're wearing little to no makeup. Okay. For male, very similar, simple, tight-fitting clothing, dark or black preferred with no patterns. You can wear blue jeans as well, dress shoes or nice sneakers, and no editing as well on these. So, like you can see here, most common is just a basic t-shirt or tank top, blue jeans or pants, dark pants, and sneakers or dress shoes is most common. If you are 18 and older, you can do a set with your shirt off. And a lot of agencies will have you do this if you're over the age of 18. So just like the girls in bikini, you can do a full set in your tank or tee and a full set with your top off. Now, while we're on the topic of appropriate outfits, I thought I would mention that digitals will never be nude. And if anyone ever asks you for digitals that are nude or in lingerie or something like that, it's not that's not the agency standard or the, what's it called? It's not the standard in modeling to ever provide nude photos. So if that ever happens to you, it's not legit, if that makes sense. So you should never ever have to do that, and no one should ever ask you to do that. And if someone does, you can always let me know, but that is not standard and it's not appropriate. Okay. And also for bikini or topless for men is not acceptable or standard unless you're 18 and over. Okay, let's talk about how to take digitals. So you can take your own digitals, and I really recommend that everyone have their own digitals if you don't already have some, or updating your digitals. You can have a photographer take them. I could take them for you with a professional camera, but there's no editing allowed. Okay, so this is how you want to take your digital. So get your simple outfit on. Find a plain or white wall with good lighting. This can be outdoor lighting. You could stand in front of a window. You can stand in front of a ring light. Anything like that is totally fine. You can use a self-timer or a self-timer app, or something that makes it a little bit easier. You can take a video posing and then just screenshot the poses you like. You're going to want to display these on Instagram and or your portfolio page. If you do it on Instagram and you don't want to put it on your feed, you could always make a highlight, but just remember, no editing, no Facetune, no filters, just the natural light and a plain background. Okay, and I think that's the end of it. So if you guys have any questions about taking digitals, please let me know. I highly recommend that all of you take digitals, and it's something that I'm going to make a requirement in my next round of models. I'm not going to be doing the same kind of setup for you guys when your guys' contracts are up, but starting in June, anyone that I'm signed with will have to have digitals and keep them updated. So it's really important. And if you guys want to do that, it'll make your profile page on my website look even better and more professional. And it's something that's easy, free. It's easy and free that will just like totally take your game to the next level, and it will really help your portfolio and your career. So if you take modeling seriously and you want to work with brands, especially, make sure you have your digital. So if that is something that's on your goals, make sure you go ahead and do this at some point. And if you want help, just let me know and I'd be happy to help you. Okay, if you guys want any more resources or anything like that, I'd be happy to share them with you. I'd be happy to share some links that talk about digitals more in depth. Just let me know, and I will see you guys next week.